It hasn't stopped raining since last night about 6 p.m. That's why we didn't do a whole lot. Right now it's roughly about 9 a.m. in the morning, and finally we got some beautiful sun. Hopefully we can get a few things done for the day, possibly fix the kayak and or maybe go to town, as Saturdays, one of the closest town we have about 20 minutes away from here, they do have a farmer's market, and sometimes they do bring in a lot of fresh meat as well too. We'll see, based on the weather, we'll see what happens. Actually see the difference. You know, the ground is wet on this side and it's dry on that side, just because we have the trailer kind of covering the rain a bit. We're actually heading out this morning to throw the garbage. There's actually a specific spot. It's about 25 minutes away from my location, and they're open usually on Wednesdays and Saturdays for about 2 to 4 hours. So that's the place we're heading first thing in the morning. Wow, that's a massive lineup. So after waiting more than 15 minutes to dump the garbage, they actually charge you about $2.50 per bag, which is pretty decent. That's what's always ideal to separate the paper compared to like regular garbage, because you can always get a chance to burn it when you have a fire. But hopefully we'll find out here in the next day or two if we're gonna have any fire ban or not. Oh yeah, by the way, people here are very, very friendly. You know, when you're walking down this road, you'll actually run into at least a couple people where you'll stand and just chat for 10-20 minutes. And of course everybody wants to share their life story, how long they've been here and how much they love it. It's pretty awesome. This is super exciting. Check it out. I got some duck eggs. They're freaking massive. Look at them. I hope they taste super good. The guy said it's best to poach them, so we're gonna give it a shot. This is gonna be my first meal for today. These eggs are freaking massive. They wouldn't even fit in the poach tray. I actually made a mess, spilled them everywhere. Usually I put them in a poach tray for about 6 minutes, regular eggs, but these duck eggs took roughly about 3 minutes. I think they got a little bit overcooked, but they are freaking big. There's my first meal of the day. I got some salmon again, a piece of cheese, and we got eggs. Sometimes it does get boring eating the same thing with carnivore, especially if you're out of town, you're very limited. I went to actually buy some steaks and meat, but it was super expensive. The regular roast that I usually purchase for about $10 a kilogram, they actually have it here for about $25 a kilogram. It is quite expensive. Went to check out the grass-fed. Grass-fed is about $35, overpriced from these farmers. So thought I'd give it a shot and just go for the duck eggs and see how they taste like. There you go. Tastes not bad. Very similar like the chicken eggs. No difference at all. Just the yolk is like 3 times in size as much. So I went and bought this 16 gauge wire. I'm gonna be making small hooks, very similar in size of this one. Therefore I can actually hook it up right in between the small hole. I don't know if you can see it better or not. So therefore I can actually hook up my lights for the night. I'll show you here shortly. So there's the light kit we bought. We're actually gonna hang right now and see how it turns out. Finally got all the wiring hooked up on this stupid awning. Gave me a hard time. Just the hole of the edge is quite small, but we got it going. It looks okay. So yesterday's carbohydrates was okay actually. Usually I can tolerate the white rice quite a bit, but for some reason woke up in the middle of the night and didn't really feel good from eating bananas. Usually I would have one banana at max, but having 2 or 3 kind of got me tired. So for today's workout, I'm actually going to move all these logs from here and take them all the way down to the bottom. It's a good roughly 2 minutes downhill. That's gonna be my workout for the day. To make it even more tiring, I'll actually do one by one at a time, going up and down. So this should take me roughly about an hour or so. I found an easier way. Let's see if this works. Almost. Let's try again. Come on, come on, come on, come on, you can do it. Not bad. Let's see if I'll make it all the way through. Shit. Let's give it a little push. There you go. Come on, come on, come on. Damn, almost. I'm down to about halfway, check it out. You roll some, you lift some. It's never easy. This is your best workout by far. You can't even compare it to a fucking gym or a treadmill. If you can do this every day, you'll be in amazing shape. 1 meal a day, 24-hour fasting, and just work out in the yard. Got most of the wood. I'll get some more in next day or so. That is a bit tiring actually. I got the other pieces moved halfway through. It doesn't get any better than this. Nice and fresh, super cold. It's it wakes you up. It's amazing. So for today, I'm actually eating some wild salmon still. As you can see, I still have some wild salmon left from yesterday. This is cured. And I'm actually having some broccoli and cauliflower. I think the last time I had broccoli or cauliflower has been roughly about 2.5, 3 years ago. Now, being on a carnivore diet, don't get me wrong, yes, we're supposed to eat meat and fish and organs, but you know, to me, plants are like survival food. So if you can't get your hands on some good quality meat, good quality fish, what do? Do you continue fasting, or would you actually consume some plants to kind of feel satisfied or satiated at least, right? Nothing wrong with eating greens, it's not gonna freaking kill you. So don't worry too much about it. Enjoy it. It's still fiber at the end of the day. It's still gonna benefit your microbiome as well too, and it is gonna give you a bit of some minor vitamins. Other than that, don't put yourself into such a harsh position where you only eat meat and that's about it. There's a lot more variety of foods out there you can definitely enjoy. Stop listening to a lot of influencers and what they recommend. Do what's right for you. If it makes you feel good eating broccoli and cauliflower, then what? Guess what? Eat some freaking broccoli and cauliflower and enjoy it. You know, you can see there's a lot of communities out there, even ketogenics, they're all surviving fine and healthy. Mediterranean diet, they're all surviving fine and healthy. We still don't know what is an ideal or the perfect diet out there, so enjoy it. And actually tastes really good. Now don't get me wrong, it's not like I'm eating this stuff daily. You know, once every couple weeks, once a month, whenever I can find some good quality meat out there, I definitely wouldn't mind getting some. These are actually frozen, and I just boiled them for about 10-15 minutes and they're good to go. It's more of like most of the nutrients of course are lost, but at least you get some fiber, and it does kind of makes you feel satisfied a bit. And this is roughly about a pound of broccoli, and there's a few pieces of cauliflower as well too. They're almost tasteless, you know, when you compare it to just eating meat or fish. It's like night and day, quality and flavor. Yes, plants do have a lot of toxicity, but how else can you build a resilient body that you can fire off anything you come across? Or else you could actually become quite sensitive to a lot of things. The only plants I would ever actually consume would be broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, and avocado. That's the only thing I like, and that's the only thing I would actually consume. Even when I was fully ketogenic for 3 years, that's all I consumed for vegetables. And of course, majority of my diet was meat and fish, and right now still meat and fish, But once in a while, once a month or so, once every 2 weeks, I might add a pound of plants to the diet. Break in a way, you break the habit, right, of eating the same thing over and over and over again. Actually, it gets boring. So this kind of breaks it a bit. You're not gonna feel as full, but it's something better than nothing. We all know that plants have a defense mechanism, right? And they are anti-nutrients. But what if, just what if, we are meant to have plants once in a while, once in a blue moon? Because, certain population, they cannot consume too much meat or too much fish, and you don't want to overdose on certain vitamins and minerals. Let's just say you cannot tolerate doing fasting for 3 or 4 days. What if these additional nutrients are actually getting overwhelming in your livers and kidneys that suddenly it can cause a disease? So what if we're supposed to have plants once in a while to actually flush out some of these additional nutrients from our body? What do you think about that? And another thing came to mind. We always talk about Inuits, how they only survive on whale blubber and fish. And if you actually break it down, the whale blubber is almost 70% polyunsaturated fats, which is omega 3s, and less than 2% saturated fats. So the real question is, how much saturated fats are we supposed to consume daily? I do come across a lot of audience who tend to consume 100, 200, 300, 400 grams a day of saturated fats. Do you think that's safe for our bodies? Even thought we're going back 10,000, 20,000 years ago. All the wild animals that we've hunted, they're very, very lean with very minimal saturated fats. Therefore, let's say you get an elk and you have a piece of steak. If you actually look at the nutrient content in it, the steak does have less than 15 grams of saturated fats. So why do we have so many individuals that are adding such a high amount of fats? A ratio 2 to 1, 3 to 1. I've tried it. Don't get me wrong. I tried it for about a year and a half, 2 years straight. But when I kept seeing my blood work, especially my VLDL, which is your particle size, being very, very small, it's almost like I'm getting to become insulin resistance. Something didn't make sense. So the moment I got off the saturated fats and I start increasing more polyunsaturated fats, guess what? The VLDL, actually, the particles became much bigger, which is the ApoB. Here in Canada, we test for ApoB, and the numbers drop below 80 per deciliter. Don't get me wrong, saturated fat does not cause heart disease at all, nor cholesterol, nor anything. Mostly it's inflammation. But what if certain bodies cannot tolerate certain amounts of fats? We cannot all follow that same influencers and just constantly consuming high fats. We don't know what's going to happen 5 years, 10 years, 15 years down the road. Not enough studies been done on it. There you go. We're all done. Am I satisfied? Hell no. I could have a piece of steak right now and I'll be more than satisfied. But it is what it is. Sometimes you have to consume what you have available and move on till tomorrow. Since we are covered with quite a bit of mountains all around us, 360 degrees roughly, we lose the sun almost about 2-3 hours ahead of everybody here. It's not bad. It gets dark quite fast, which is okay. We're gonna be testing the lights here to see if they turn on. There you go, check it out. We got some lights for the night. We can actually sit outside and enjoy the view.